Good morning. It's roughly 3 a.m. We're going to be doing some welding today. And let's see. The first thing we're going to work on is working on this top hat. We got to run beads around here, the sides, this side, here, and here. Clean all that up. Clean up this whole piece of bracket. Throw some primer on it, keep it from rusting for now. That bracket's top hat. It's right here on the rear already. As you got to put that back on the front. Also, we're going to be working on the link bars for the sway bar setup. This PVC here is just to mock it up. This is the final piece. Obviously, I got to weld it together. Got one more to stick in on the other side that's sitting on the table. But we're going to work on getting that together, get this rear sway bar fully complete finally. Once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and start working on the rear pinion brake. Besides the rear pinion brake, the only issue I really have with this rear axle is one of the rear shafts are snapped on that side of it. But I've already got that. All I do is swap that out. That's no big deal. The front axle is more of a headache trying to fix than the rear is going to be anyways. But that's what we're going to try to get knocked out today. I had a busy day on 4th of July. I had to run around, seen a lot of family. Didn't get to get anything done, but hey, we got to enjoy family as much as possible. Okay, it took me longer than expected. Here's the instructions on it. That's all I had to go with. Wound up finding some pictures online, so I wound up putting this on the back side and it was all flipped around. What's crazy is, you see where it all kind of bolts down, you got the little flat grooves right there. Focus, yeah, you got the little flat grooves right there. So when you set this plate on the inside of it, it actually matches up perfect with all them grooves. So it was like it was made for it, right? So that's the way I bolted it all up. Apparently that's the way it's got to go, because when I did have it the other way, it wasn't matching up with the caliper. But it's working now. Got everything bolted up how it needs to be. I love the way the brake pad setup is on these, because they literally just, you pull the pins right here, pull those two pins, and they literally just slide right on out this way. So I don't have to remove that whole caliper to change out the brakes. This caliper came from a, let's see where it set it at, right there. 1996 or 1986 Toyota 4x4 truck. The front brake pads, or front caliper, I guess you could say. But yeah, pretty neat. I've got another one set up for the front. Funny story about that one. I was going to run the rear hydraulic ram setup like it had originally, but didn't account for the arms being there when I put the brackets on. So the ram hit the arms. So I bought a whole nother bracket I got to weld on the front to run my hydraulics on. Well, that extra brake setup for the pinion that I had back there was supposed to go on the front of this one. And that's going to be in the way of the hydraulic ram. So I'm going to wind up having to put it on the back side. And it's got to sit off this side because I actually bought a right-hand side. And, first time go around with all this, usually don't know what you're doing. Things happen. It'll work. Might look a little odd, but we'll see how it goes. But that's where we're at right now. But I'm pretty happy with it. Like I said, once everything's functioning and working right, I'm going to disassemble it all and it'll all get painted. Look nice and pretty like. So this is what I've been working on. Still a little warm. Got the bungs in there. Got the little holes drilled out so I can do a little plug weld. I can loosen it up a little bit. One-handed. You see it slides out. It's going to be all welded in. Weld in that bung. See where the threads are. This right here screws into there. And that's what's going to be connecting my sway bar to a lower axle. Now, I've already got one almost fully complete. Here's one fully welded out all the way around. Once I'm done with it, come to this side and add it with my tubing sander. That way when I go to paint it, it looks like just one solid bar. Just my preference. But Pretty neat tool for something you get off Amazon for, I think, $150, $250, something like that. Ain't too super expensive, but it's worth it in my opinion. Just gotta sand on that one, weld that one out, and then I'll have the rear sway bar complete. Also, went ahead and knocked out the top hat, welded out the whole underside of it, so it is fully ready. I just gotta sand it all down and paint it, whatnot. I think I may just wait until I start tearing down the whole truck. That's what I got going on right now. Well, it's been a hell of a day. Been very productive, but we got the rear pinion brake on. I built both sway bar links. You'll see that in one of the other videos I have. Got the top hat fully welded that I was talking about earlier. It's fully welded, already installed. All 4 links, everything's ready to go. The truck is solid now. It was wanting to rock real bad because that 4 link wasn't connected earlier. So got everything that I wanted to accomplish. Had my buddy Brett come over, take a look at everything, check my pinion up in the front after I rebuilt it. Made sure everything looked like it was in tune, because that's what he does for a living. Transmissions, re-geared axles, transfer cases and whatnot. Well, we got to talking, and he's going to send me some measurements on his wheels, because we're running the exact same wheel size combo. He's running 66-inch tires, and we're running 59-60, somewhere around there, however it falls. Anyways, I'm going to find out the backspacing he has on his. I'm going to take these, and I'm going to weld the center section in. It's a 3/8 center section to have in it. It's a 30 by 15-inch barrel wheel. So I'll get that all welded out, get the rest of them welded out, go ahead and get it mocked up on the front, prime them, paint them, put them on the tires, and maybe have this thing sitting on tires tomorrow, if not Wednesday. I mean, just thinking about it, let paint dry and everything, it'll probably be Wednesday at the earliest. Just trying to get as much done, knocked out as I can, get this thing on the road. Or at least out in the mud until I get some street tires and get things street legal. But that's what we got going on right now. I did weigh the setup, just this sitting in here like it is, not welded at all. It weighs 106 pounds per wheel. So it's gonna be interesting. Truck should be around 5,000 pounds total with the complete build, but we'll see how it goes. So I just got done tacking up the wheel. First time ever doing anything like this, and thought this was pretty funny. The rim is larger than your standard truck tire. That is awesome. Let y'all get a little look. I just got it all tacked in there right now. I'm gonna go ahead and tack together the other one. That way I can measure out the width of the entire wheel setup on the truck. With the 6-inch depth that I went with, from what Brett was recommending, it should be around 102 inches wide, which is, you know, right under street legal, or right at street legal. But I won't be driving those agriculture tires on the road anyways. But yeah, just getting these all welded up. Surprised the hell out of me. I did not expect them to be this large. Alright, so I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. Got the wheels tacked in place. I'll take them off tomorrow, fully weld them out, clean them, primer them. Oh. Top hat is knocked out and finished. 4 links all set back in place. That's technically at ride height. 8 inches of travel right there. Be another foot of rubber above that rim, another foot of rubber below. 59, 60-inch tires, something like that. They're 16.9 AG tires. What else we got over here? Got the sway bars knocked out. Worked out real nice. Rear brake's done. I gotta go buy some more bolts tomorrow, that way I can do the front brake, and I plan on doing, let's see, the hydraulic ram in the front tomorrow, the brake on the front, and knocking out the wheels and tires as much as possible tomorrow too. There's one of the barrels I got. There's my 2 centers. That's what I'm working on. Well, that's what I've done for the day. Oh shoot, what time is it? 1940? Yeah, I've been out here since 2. I think it's time to go inside and have some supper. Y'all have a good night. Alright, good morning. We're going to knock out all 4 wheels today. I got the 2 front mocked up. They're all attacked in place. I got to build the 2 rear. Fully weld these out, weld out the ones up front. Once that's all done, I'm going to go ahead and clean them, prime them, and hopefully mount the tires on tomorrow. The reason I'm trying to knock this out so fast, or at least besides everything else I've been trying to do, I got a cousin coming over tomorrow. He's been in the Air Force the past 2 years. I ain't seen him in the past 2 years, and he's about to be gone for another 2. So I don't know if I'm going to have this truck in 2 more years, because you never know what could happen. Don't plan on getting rid of it, but if I tend to crash it, roll over, whatever, I'd like him to be able to check out the truck at least once while it's sitting on the actual tire it's supposed to be on. So that's my little goal for right now. But that's what I got planned. Try to knock these out, prime them up, throw them on the truck, wheel tire combo, and then later on I'll go back and throw some white paint on or something. I'm not sure which color to go with yet. But that's the goal for today. Alright, got the first wheel knocked out. I'm pretty happy with it. Everything's fully welded, ready to go. Just a matter of wiping it down, shooting the primer. It'll be set. Like I said on the other video, it's a 30 by 15 wheel. Weighs right around 106, 107, probably fully welded now. Yeah, it's hefty. I got 3 more to knock out. Those are tacked. I got 1 more to pull out the shop and weld up together. We're getting there though.